Alright YouTube, I'm still at Woodland Cemetery. I'm covering the most recent section of the cemetery, and I'm going to cover another section of it right here. I'm probably going to make one or two more videos of this, I'm not sure, but I'm going to cover as much of this as I can. This, I believe, is I don't know what this type of burial is called, but this is something you typically tend to see more in the older part of the cemetery. The Hines family, Marcia and Roland E. Sr. Both of them are still living yet. Well, actually, I take that back. Marcia passed away. Actually, this gravestone was right below it. 1999, and apparently Roland is still... Well, actually, I take it back. This is actually really confusing because it's listed him as still living here. Well, actually, no, YouTube. Sorry about that confusion. The father is still living. That's actually his son's plot that was buried. That's buried right there. Roland E. Hines Jr., his father, is still living right here. Nevin and Chester family right here. Marshall right here. Rosa Lee and Lumen. Hale, Hall, Bush, Hattie Hall, Louetta Bush. It's kind of a tricky name to pronounce there. Another grave site right here where you can see a picture of the person that died right here. David E. Green, Sunrise and Sunset. So that's definitely unique to see the actual person's picture on the actual grave site itself. But Morton right here, Mildred, Todd family right here, Klein family. Yeah, this is truly a gem. This is truly a gem of this area. Kessler, White's Carver, Kessler, German last name, obviously a lot of German heritage in this area. Glenn and Mary. Donato, an Italian family right here. Nathaniel and Demarius. White's Carver, another German last name. Lawrence passed away back in 2003. Alberta, she's still living. The Aikens family, Charles M. Bell, he passed away in 98, and his wife passed away in 94. Right here. Yeah, this cemetery is just simply stunning. It's just, you just don't see places like this anymore, YouTube. It just, I mean, there are cemeteries out there, but I believe this cemetery, is considered what they would call a garden cemetery. I would have to look it up to be sure, but there's not a whole lot of them like this that I know of in general. I mean, this is definitely would be registered on the National Register of Historic Places. Of course, I don't think there's any way you could possibly dig up all these people from this cemetery. But another grave, the Dillon grave. Billy's still living, and his wife Mary, she passed away back in 98. Meadows right here. Brown right here. Johnson right here. Ming, Hughley, Holmes, Dunson family. Kind of nice shrubs, nicely maintained right there around the grave. Helen, Anne Brown, another grave of somebody's picture being on it right there. See, it looks like this above ground burial. I'm going to get a shot of this and then I'm going to continue on more with this section right here today. Bowman family. I am not sure how many are buried there, but that is an above ground burial. Obviously you can't really see too much inside of it because of the frosted glass right there, but pretty beautiful graves. The Pratt family right here. Father Paris and Mother Nettie. Reeve, grandson, east side, obviously, possibly, I don't know what that's referring to, but Gary, obviously, so it looks like his son, possibly, Matthew A. Kingery, maybe the father, Gary, and then Gary's parents, Walter and Betty, right here. Summers right here. Crusoe. Yeah, I unfortunately feel that rain is coming anytime, but I'm going to try and push this as long as I can. I'm gonna push this as long as I can get video out of it, but whatever the case is whatever the case is. Berger right here. Nails family. Dressler, that's another German last name. I don't think I've heard of that last name, but you could tell a German last name because they often end in you know, ER. It's a common German name for them to end in. Barnett, that might be German too. Just beautiful landscape, just an absolute beautiful place. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to think that the main part of the cemetery is the main show, and that is true, because it is the most historic, but however, this newer section is actually quite nice as well. Lang right here. Lang family right there. So obviously the mother and father and obviously their daughter Mildred right there. Lang family right here. Here's a above ground burial or a mausoleum. The groom's family. Talbert, he's still living. Mother Lucy, well actually, yeah, Talbert, it appears he's still living, possibly. And then the mother Lucy, she passed away back in '91. Lucy Glass, obviously that was her maiden name, obviously, before she got married, of course. More of the grave sites. This is the area I just covered right here. And you can still see there's still a space to be had in this cemetery, so they still got plots that are not being used. I do not. Family estate, 6 crypt mausoleum available right here. They definitely want a pretty penny for it. I tell you, they ain't. This place ain't cheap this place is not cheap to be buried at, people. This place is not cheap at all. It's very expensive. Here's more of the graves right here. Olbert, Anthony, her son, mother Gloria Jean, she's still living apparently. Yeah, I think YouTube, I'm gonna finish walking around here, then I'm gonna get ready to call this one off because the rain is unfortunately coming. Sturgill right here, Charles R. Sturgill, Myrina, thing of the Bible that's unfolded right here. Freeman, Samuel E. Jr. and Zoar M. Another plot right here of somebody that's got their picture, obviously a little bit of artwork on there. Marnie L. Wilson, so very nice things right there. Yeah, this place definitely has some unique character, personality, and charm to it. Betty M. Selden right here, 1940 through 2008, so she would have been, I guess, 68. Another really unique grave. Now this is one of probably the older ones. RN right here, Madeline, RN, and John. I'm not sure what this G actually stands for medical wise, or if that's medical or not, but obviously his wife Geraldine was a nurse right here. Somebody can grab me some information on what that symbol above John means. Please post it on the video if you could, please. I'm not quite familiar with that symbol right here, but here's another couple more plots right here. Richard A. Barrett died in 2011. Houston, Linda Boggs right here. Boggs family. Husband passed away, Eric, but obviously the wife, Aletha, is still living from best that I could tell. Graham family right here. Names of their children's here. The mom Grace is still living. Dad Walter, he passed away 13 years ago. T.T. Carolyn D. Graham right here. Just a simply stunning and beautiful place. You don't see this, people. You really don't see these types of cemeteries. And although it's off topic from the video, but it's kind of sad to say, in a city like Dayton, I'm not trying to put a doom and gloom on this, but it's kind of sad to say that one of the most beautiful places in Dayton is actually a cemetery. It's not actually many other things. It's sad to say that, but it's the truth. Here's another grave right here that has a picture of the family right here. Melanie, she passed away. Geez, she was young. Only 27, yeah. Her husband Bradley, or I guess that was her husband, he is still living. Fleming right here. Picture showing right there their wedding day. Which, geez, they were both pretty young if they got married around 16 or 15 years old. I'm not sure if that indicates when they got married, but geez, they would have been pretty young. And obviously their children, Jacob, Michaela, and Mackenzie Tiffany. is still living right there. But yeah, this place has some unique character. Fleming. There's a sign that says passion for, obviously shows passion for cars on the other side. Obviously Sid's towing, so it makes me wonder if they had something to, if he worked for Sid's towing. That's a towing service that's in East Dayton. Those we have held in our arms a short while will be held in our hearts forever. Yep, and that is very true. It's unfortunate though. It's unfortunate that the wife Tiffany became widowed so young. Fleming right here. I actually know some Flemings, but I do not know Michael, though. I did not know Michael. Eric, Domi, beloved son right here. Father and son, friends forever for eternity. Very beautiful. Watts, Bert Engelman right here. Reverend Dr. Morris, a smile for heaven right here. Sterling, Christopher Sterling Meeks right here. Sunrise, sunset, so another unique one right here. Larry T. Carter right here. Show Ricky, her beloved husband and father right here. Priscilla Garter, she lived a good long life, almost 90 years old. Yeah, close, yeah. Another shows the picture right here. Yeah, unfortunately it is starting to rain, but as long as it's not too bad, I'm going to continue on as long as I can, because I still got some footage left yet, but I kind of knew this was coming, but the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. So whatever the case is, the rain, so be it. But ground's pretty saturated. The grass is actually pretty wet through here this morning from the rain we had yesterday. Yeah, you can see the rain coming down on the camera, but I'm actually gonna let this one run for a little while. I'm not afraid to show the rain. Osborne right here. He's still living. His wife Doris, she is not, unfortunately. Richard L. Brown Duke right here. Ida Mae Gooden right here. Charlene M. Howard. Audrey B. Jennings. Yeah, this video's ran a little bit longer than I was planning on it, but I don't really care either way. Our loving parents, Bickerstaff, Susie and Bernard Wolfie. So obviously the father, Bernard, and then the mother, Susie, she's still living right here. Obviously a passion for music. Ron Jot Singh had right here. To have that on his plot right there. Yeah, I may as well just let this one run for a while, just because the rain probably will not let up anytime soon today. Dunny right here. Mother and son, Lewis G. Patterson and Jason T. Hudson. So obviously Jason, he passed away very young as a young baby. But I'm going to end this one for now, YouTube, because the rain, it's really starting to pick up right now.